Hey everyone, welcome to Aastha's Makeup Closet where we wake up and make up for 30 and up. Today's video is a full face of everything new. This is using pretty much 99.9% of all the items that I picked up in my Shop My Stash, which I uploaded before this video. And this is me using all of the items, and I've used the Wahala 2, Juvia's Place Wahala 2 palette as well, with one particular color story. And throughout the video there would be a voiceover because I wasn't really feeling up to it. I've just not been well. That's why there's been a delay in the videos. And so there would be a voiceover, and I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you enjoy this look, and I hope you enjoy my first impressions of everything new that I've tried. So do keep on watching and do consider subscribing. My name is Aastha. So we are starting off with the Linda Hallberg Till the End Eye Primer Crease No More. I have already applied it on my eyes, and then going in with the Wahala 2 eyeshadow palette, where I would be taking shades from the orange row because I felt like doing something orange with the black and white dress that I was wearing, and starting with the color Lit. So I've taken a fluffy blending brush, which is I think my Chico Hodo brush. I'm not quite sure, but I'll be mentioning the brushes as and when I can. And I'm just taking it in the crease and blending out this color. It's very important. It's a nice color. It's very important to blend it nicely. These colors are quite pigmented, but this is a little on the peachier side than my skin tone. So, it doesn't really show up very strongly, but it's a lovely transition color to go for. I had done my other eye previously, and I was just, I usually like to check, I'm the kind of person, I usually don't like doing one eye at a time. Going into the color Wasted, which is like a peachy orange, almost bordering on a peachy orange, pastely neon. I don't know how well that explanation sits, but that's the best I can say about this color. And it's just it's a beautiful color, and it doesn't show up that concentrated on the eyes. Maybe you need like a whiter primer with this, or a lighter primer. The Linda Hallberg primer, it looks white, but it goes on transparent on the eyes, and it's very smoothing and very blurring. So I decided to take the color Wasted in my lower lash line as well. I just wanted to smoke out my lower lash line, and I just wanted a slightly blown out look, because I do have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles down there, and I mean under my lower lash line. And yeah, so just kind of blowing it out. I think I am using my Sonia G Worker Pro brush, if I'm not mistaken. Then I went into the color ASAP, which is like this beautiful, it's like I wouldn't call it like a warm brown, but it's like a really deep dark chocolate brown. It's more neutral. It isn't really a warm color, but it's beautiful for deepening up looks, and I really like this color. I would love to do like a look with this, and some lovely yellows, like a deep mustard or something like that. And so I took a flat shader brush from Refa. I'm not sure of the number. I washed my brushes recently, so so I'm taking this color up into the crease as well. This is just below the Wasted color, the orange color that we had taken, and now I'm taking it in my lower lash line, where I'm just smudging it closer to my lash line and not really blown out. So it's not as blown out as the color Wasted, and it's more towards the outer corner, so that it just gives like a more feline almond shaped appearance, and just kind of uh, in the outer V, like connecting it to the top. Then I took my NYX Glitter Primer. I love to use this. I did like a half cut crease with this. I love to use this with using before I use any metallic shadows or glitter shadows. So we will be going in with a metallic shadow and a glitter shadow from this palette. And I just did a half cut crease, and now I'm going in with the color Peridot. Or is it period? No, it's not period. Okay, it's a strange name. It's Priod. So period. I don't know. And then I went in with the color 419, which is the orange glitter that you see. And I added this. Okay, so the color period went all over my eyelid in the front section, and on top of that, in the inner corner going towards the middle of the eye, I used the color 419, and I really packed it on. So the glitter primer really helps with that. And then I took the color Wasted, and I just kind of blended everything out, deepened up the outer corner with ASAP again, and just blending that out as well, just making sure both the eyes are equal. And uh, I'm just trying to create a V right there. So I like a deeper outer corner. It just gives the eye a very nice lifted look. Now I'm blending everything a little higher up with the transition color, which was Lit, the first color that we had gone in with. And I'm blowing out my lower lash line with the same. That's why I'm using a fluffy brush. Now I'm taking the color period, whatever the hell that is, I am sorry, and put that in my lower lash line inner corner. I took a BH Cosmetics eyeliner pencil, which is in the shade Royal Blue. It's the Power Pencil by BH Cosmetics, and I put it in my lower lash line and my waterline. And now I'm just taking a brush and smudging it all out. So once the eye look was smudged, I went in with my Bobbi Brown vitamin enriched face base. So since you know that I'm using all of my newer products, this is my first time using the face base, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is so hydrating, it is so moisturizing, it was just so much fun to use. And it's very it's almost like a moisturizer, but it does wonders for your skin. You get that glow, and it makes foundation application absolutely amazing. So I thoroughly enjoyed this. It's becoming one of my favorites. After that, I went in with the Stila One Step Correct Eye Correcting and Brightening Serum. It's like a peachy, moussey serum, which corrects dark circles or any blue-green areas that you may have on your face. And you've seen that I've got really bad dark circles, so I decided to go in for this with this. And this is something that's not available in India. The One Step Correct primer, face primer, is available, but not the eye primer. So this I called from Beauty Bay. I ordered it on Beauty Bay, and I really enjoyed the product. And I'm using a little around my mouth as well. Then I went in with the Zoeva Retouch Elixir Brightening and Correcting Pen. It's in the shade Rise Up, and it's a made in Italy product, which is amazing. It looks really light, but it's really nice for color correcting. It's got that the wind up applicator, the one that clicks, it goes like click click click, and the product comes up top. And it's got a little sponge applicator on top, but it's not one of those really gross sponge applicators that the Age Rewind Maybelline Age Rewind concealer has. So I'm just using this as a corrector. I usually go in with deeper shades, but because I'd used the Stila serum under my eyes, I decided to go in with this. And because this was a new product in my collection as well, so I wanted to see how it was going to perform. I went in with my Blue Master brush from Kryolan. I don't think that was the right choice. I think it was like a very loose brush, for concealers and correctors and such, it's nicer to have a brush that's slightly firm. So I think I'm more happy with my Sigma brushes than I am with this, the Blue Master brush. But, I'll probably be using it for other stuff. So I'm using the same color corrector, uh, just using it under my, the area where my eye bag ends and my cheek starts, because my cheek is a little more puffy than my eye bag, and my eye bag, basically the under area of my eyes, it kind of sinks in. So I just applied a line there, and then around my mouth, because I have discoloration around my mouth. And I'm just going to be blending all of this out with the same Blue Master brush from Kryolan. And this is a nice product. Just don't let it sit. The Zoeva product, the color corrector, just don't let it sit too long on your skin. It's one of those that sets. So like people say, oh, let it sit on your skin, concealers and such, so that, they warm up and then they give you more coverage and all of that. This one just becomes harder to blend. So, yeah, so I wouldn't say that, don't let it sit for like a minute or so, just probably 15 seconds and just blend it out. It works better that way. So then I went in with my Nudestix Nudies Tinted Blur Stick. It's in the shade Medium 4. It's a tinted sheer coverage, lightweight all over face stick that blurs texture to have a naturally smooth, no filter skin. But it had a very weird smell to it, and this is brand new and it expires in 2023. So I'm just like, it just smelled weird. That's why I made that face. And I'm just blending that out with my Pract brush, which is the sister brand of, and a more affordable brand of Sigma. Then I went in with a brand new foundation to my collection, which was the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Perfect Glow Flawless Foundation. I have the colors 2 and 5.5. I mixed them up in equal parts and I made my own shade. I went in for 5.5 first, and it was much too dark for me. And I just had to get the shade 2, which was much too light for me, and mix them up to actually make a shade. I think I would probably be a 3.5 or something like that. But then, we don't really get the 0.5s or so in India, and it's very hard to, order this foundation. So I had someone bring it over for me, and thankfully, I got 2 shades. It's a little on the expensive side if you buy from importers as such, but it's a beautiful foundation. It's luminous. It goes on smoothly. It looks like skin. It does not enhance texture. I thoroughly enjoyed using this foundation. It was just beautiful on the skin. And I would highly recommend this. I'd been wanting this for the longest time, and I am so happy that I got it. So this was like a fantastic foundation, and I thoroughly enjoyed using it, and I'm going to continue to use this very frequently because beautiful foundation. And this is just 2 pumps for the whole face, one of the 5.5 and one of the shade 2, and that's about it. It covered the whole face. Then I went in with my concealer, which was the Dior Forever Skin Forever Skin Correct in the shade 3N. This concealer comes very highly recommended by all people. It's a good coverage, I think medium to full coverage concealer. It's got a thicker consistency, but it is very blendable. So I really enjoyed using this because it's so amazingly blendable that thicker concealers are always like, they some of it just sticks into dry patches, especially because I've got really dry skin, so it kind of sticks into the dry patches and everything. But this one was beautiful to blend out, and as you can see, it just blends out so beautifully. I really enjoyed this concealer. I'm so glad I bought it. Dear Forever products are expensive, but they're luxury for a reason, and they're expensive for a reason because they are just so amazing. I think the formula is absolutely stunning. And I'm just blending out the concealer under my eyes and then correcting my eyeshadow with it a little as well, just making sure everything's right in place. And I like to tap my concealer with the brush, but once I have my base on, because otherwise it kind of shifts and moves and, swirls the products around. So this was a beautiful concealer to use. The result is in front of you. And that is a very happy me who is going to be doing a little dance because I was listening to some 80s music. And I don't remember what song that was. But then I went in, keeping on with the cream products, I went in with the Glossier Cloud Paint Seamless Cheek Color in the shade Beam, which is this beautiful peachy color. And as you can see, so I squeezed out a little, like a little drop on the back of my hand, and I took a Ray Morris brush and I just swirled it around and shook off, like literally tapped off the extra color, the extra product rather, I should say. And I just tapped the rest on my cheeks, and it gives this beautiful, beautiful shade. Then for powder, I went in with the Flower Beauty powder, which is the Light Illusion Perfecting powder. It's in the shade Light Illusion Nude L23. And I've heard this is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder. I am not quite sure if it is a dupe or not. I'll have to try this out a little more. Oh, that's me doing the blow up your, mouth technique so that there are no lines, no laugh lines or no wrinkles that kind of, collect concealer and other products that I've used. So I don't know if this powder is a dupe or not, but it was quite lovely to use. And then I went in with the Too Faced Peach Perfect Translucent Peach Whisper Mattifying Loose Setting Powder. It's infused with peach and sweet fig milk. This was amazing. It is so blurring. It is smooth. It's so finely milled. It does have cornstarch as the first ingredient, I think. I'm not quite sure, but it does have cornstarch. And this powder was beautiful. I liked it so much better than the Flower Beauty powder, but I will be continuing to use both of them. More so the Peach Perfect, and it smells like peaches, which is like, ooh, yummy. Then I went in with my Wet n Wild bronzer. It is the Coloricon bronzer in the shade Sunset Striptease. It's again a very highly recommended product, and I used my Smashbox brush with this. I love this brush actually for bronzing and for contouring, and I really enjoyed this powder. It's a beautiful like a neutral, I wouldn't call it a cool toned brownish bronzish shade. It's a neutral shade, and it's got very fine, a very fine sheeny particles to it. So it's quite interesting. It's not completely matte, I think. No, it's got a little bit of sheen to it, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to use. So I used it on my jawline, my cheeks, hollows of my cheeks, my forehead, and my nose, and it was it was fun to use for the first time. It's just so much fun using new products, when you're using them for the first time. And I glad I did this video, using a full face of everything new. So thank you to my Instagram family for voting for this. After the bronzer, I went in with the Milani powder blush in the shade Berry Amore in number 03. It's a big powder blush. It's a marbled formula, so it's got marbling of bronze, a little bit of gold flecks, and a pink color. So by the time you add it to your cheeks, it becomes like this beautiful peachy color. Going in with my MAC Show Gold Extra Dimension Skin Finish highlighter. This is a beautiful highlighter. It's a duochrome. It shifts from a gold to a pink, and it's very subtle. So as you can see, like while I'm applying it, it's very subtle on the skin, and it's really, really beautiful. And then I went off camera and I did my brows, I did my lashes and everything. And I used the matte lipstick, a matte lipstick in satin called Sushi Kiss. And I topped it off with the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip gloss in Sunset Strip, which is what you see me applying right there. And of course, I had to pout. And of course, I had to pose.